All right.
Very
So,
close.
in the last session, you guys met with Kilkaroth, the queen of the Dragonborn beneath the city, who promised you just about whatever you wanted in exchange for your assistance bringing freedom to her oppressed people. Given your position both in the upper and lower class, and your incredible powers of charisma, performance, and deception, you are uniquely qualified. The two of you schemed about ways to bring the city into chaos. Gerald raised money in a Grand Street performance in the main square, while Jadir did some research on the economic and class systems of the city, which he now has access to after a significant loading screen. After gathering information and repaying some of the damage Gerald had secretly done to the tavern with his performance money, you went to Franchester, who began explaining his new idea to extract whatever lay inside of Jadir's chest. Now, Franchester was in the middle of explaining that now, in order to power enough energy to temporarily outshine the artifact in your chest, I'm going to need a very powerful source of energy, some reaction or artifact we can put together, if only to temporarily break that threshold. Based on my calculations, we'll need a burst of 273 kiloproxins, and this will be no easy task. I'm experimenting with theoretical formulas in my basement, but I'll need a few more days to have anything concrete, and I'm already playing with some expensive and rare substances on paper. The good news is, theoretically, perhaps, we'll be able to simulate that level of energy, but I will need your help in order to get it.
All right, you have something in mind.
No, I need more calculations, but I'm confident that given enough time, I'll be able to figure out just how to get this out without touching it.
All right.
Well, we have good news.
What's your good news?
Well, no, you have. Well, technically we
pie.
have good news. Well, technically we have good news, but you also gave us good news.
Oh, good news for everyone.
Yes. So we have kind of figured out how the mask works. By the way, we forgot. Though I must say, certain parties and certain people are not. He kind of looks at Jadir, too enthralled about how it functions.
I love parties.
I'm going to ignore that. Anyways,
As does the mask, it would seem.
I like your mask.
yes. So, well, it's a very difficult thing. I think Jadir, you should perhaps explain how it looks like from the outside, and
Franchester
When
sits down on
Gerald
the couch
donned
and
it.
crosses his legs, excitedly looking at the two of you.
When Gerald dons it, the mask moves in unison with his facial features. It's as if the two meld in some fashion.
What?
I'll
That's
have
so
to be honest,
cool.
it is creepy as hell.
wait, it moved with?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
In addition, it makes apparently Gerald do strange things. He wants to play tricks on people.
Doesn't he already love to play tricks on people?
Not to this extent.
Well,
Weasel thighs.
no, Weasel Thighs, that one will never get old.
It's a classic.
Oh, that is a classic. But yes, so player, before I go, player confirming with the DM. I remember everything,
You
even
do.
the whole we part.
Yes.
All right. Well, also an interesting fact: when I put on the mask, apparently I don't become I; it becomes we.
Huh. How interesting. Does the mask have some form of sentience?
I maybe.
What did you get possessed?
No, I think I was quite in control. Though certain urges came up.
He makes
Which-
a
No,
Nasty
not that
motion.
type. No,
It's
not that type. Trust me, not that type.
Well, we all grow up, our body changes, and, you know, things just happen. You shouldn't feel bad about it.
You visibly see as Gerald puts a palm over his face, as disappointed as he can be. No, I mean it makes me want to play pranks on people, and certain pranks kinda go out of control. Also, I don't seem to care much of the consequences of what happens afterwards.
And this is something that you don't. You feel this is an induced sensation.
Might be. Or enchanted, I don't know.
Perhaps it was inside you all along, and the mask just let down the barrier you held yourself. You little prankster.
Is he high or just
Very-
looking at Jadir?
very, very low.
Are you on? I'm not. You
Jer
know,
Bear, I'm always on something, okay?
to be. You know, I like how we
the
don't.
less we know, the better we'll.
To be fair, yes.
If this little demon kid knew what I was on while I was ripping his chest open. Oh!
In the flicker of the torchlights, Franchester's shadow reaches towards his throat. He's like,
Ah!
sorry.
Anyways,
Hey,
It
don't
is
worry,
quite
it all turned
concerning.
out okay.
but he kind of leans to next to Jadir and says, "Should I perhaps tell him, like whispering, by the way, the extent of how far the pranks went, or should I leave it out even with him?"
We're not planning on doing anything with the mask, right?
I
Oh.
don't know. I'm just asking. Like, should I tell him what I did while I had the mask on, so he understands how big
No.
thing? All right.
Okay, so
This is what happened while I put the mask has just become like our two dirty little secret. Okay, jokes aside. But anyways, not really much we can tell you other than that about the mask. That's kind of the biggest thing.
Franchester, you mentioned that you needed help with something.
yes. Once I figure out the ingredients for the reaction or the artifact or something, I'm probably gonna go with some form of chemical reaction. And once I figure out the substances I need, theoretically, I mean, I'm just putting different substances together and then on paper, and then you put the numbers together, and then you get your output when the reaction happens and the new substance is formed. So, once I figure out what those ingredients are, you'll just go get them for me.
Oh, joy.
Well, that doesn't sound too hard.
The bad news is, they might
Oh.
not exist. 'Cause, I mean, it is theoretical. Well, I'm messing with substances theoretically, and when you have a certain number of the particles, and you put them together, and then you do all that math, because substances are made out of smaller particles that I call particles.
So, from
He's
what I
clearly high on something. Don't probe, all right? I'll just roll with it.
Well, yes, but so I get this straight. We might have to go looking for items that theoretically or just in any way do not exist, and we'll have to bring them to you to use to power a thing to get a thing out of his chest.
Yes.
Kind of like nudges Jadir. Hey, well, if we do find him, we might become somewhat of a legend.
I doubt I'll survive.
We could publish a paper. I'll put your guys' names on it. You'll be famous.
Please don't.
Well, at least there is a possibility, though slim.
Well, I'm not dead yet. Everything so far has been rather insane. But if what you're telling me is true, I suppose I'll die at some point anyway.
Oh, we all will. Gerald, Jadir, just accept the inevitability of your death. The sooner the better.
Oh, trust me, I'm very
I
much
didn't
aware of
quite
that.
mean it that way, but all right, I'll have it your way.
To be fair, I have a bet with some guy quite far away that I would die earlier than him.
I truly doubt that will happen. I think the gods have something special in mind for you, Gerald.
I don't know. The guy that I made the bet with is quite energetic, you could say. It was a drunken bet.
I think the gods have reserved something far nastier, with lots of knives, possibly explosives. Lots.
That sounds cool.
I would prefer the... Honestly, I don't know which I'd prefer. Which would be worse to go, knives or explosion?
Explosions, no question.
Really? It sounds like it would be quick. The knives at least seems like a slow death.
Well, it depends on where you put the knives. Like if you
That
put it
is true.
in your rectum and bleed out, that'd be a pretty bad way to go.
True, but same with the explosion, wouldn't it?
An explosion in your rectum.
Well, you know, I've heard more entertaining ways of killing someone, but yes, that is one.
What's more entertaining than putting a stick of dynamite up your butt?
Well, not your butt, someone
Putting
else's
two
butt.
sticks of dynamite up your butt?
Is that what you want for your birthday? We stick two dynamites up your butt?
No, why would I want that?
Then why are you talking about it so energetically?
Because it's
Jadir
exciting.
just looks wide-eyed at Gerald. Is this the man who's supposedly going to save my life?
I am aware, but at the same time, you can't
Your
deny
life
it's
is already saved, Sir Jadir.
Does he do like the flexing?
Yeah.
He's like... He's like...
flexes in his...
All right, I've had enough. Francesca, is there anything you need? At
More
this
pie.
moment, soon. No.
I should just make you a little altar where you can put the pie for me.
Tell you what, if I get through this, I'll have fresh pie delivered at every sunset for at least a year.
Oh, I like this. Okay, I'll get back to my calculations so I can get that pie as soon as possible. Bye! And he jumps head first down his hole, and the 10-foot plummet into the basement. With a loud crash, the trapdoor closes behind him.
I'm surprised he hasn't killed himself doing that every time.
I'm surprised he understands delayed gratification.
That as well.
In any case.
So, he kind of looks at him. I guess my schedule will come tomorrow, Mr. And he says this again, very passive-aggressively, Mr. Manager.
That reminds me. We'll have to go over your itinerary. Just
Wait,
unfold.
there's more? How much did you put on the list?
Just as a refresher. Come on, let's do this while we walk. It's a long day ahead of us.
The two of you walk down back towards the tavern. It is nighttime.
Oh my god. Yes.
All right.
I'm guessing we're just going to the tavern to get a rest for the night.
Sure.
Yeah. We rest for the night. For the first time in a while, have an actual semi-early sleep.
You have a wonderful rest and awaken the following morning, ready to destroy the world.
Wait, what?
Ready to destroy the world. Yes.
Is this some sort of an episode of Pinky and the Brain?
This is the evil campaign now.
It's the campaign of Pinky and the Brain. I kind of want to figure out where they keep their weapons and armor, because if they are involved in manufacturing it, they must have raw goods or even finished goods in the city somewhere. We want to burglarize that as well as set off an explosion on their property.
All right. Roll an investigation. It's a busy day for you.
Yeah.
Do you want help?
Strong suit.
Do you want help?
Please.
Okay. How good is your investigation?
I have a +0.
So should I roll it as well with a +1?
Can I have a bardic inspiration?
You know what? Just for him, because he's been having a so bad luck.
So Gerald proceeds to follow you around as you snoop around town looking for estates and warehouses, playing music in your wake. It ruins a bit of the stealthy, sneaky vibe, but you feel inspired nonetheless.
I'm gonna do a bit more than that, actually.
Oh, do tell.
First of all, inspiration, of course, as is tradition.
I don't think it matters.
Wait. And to help him, because he might fail the first one, I'm giving him Fox Cunning with enhanced ability. So he has an advantage.
Okay. I mean, I technically rolled already, but
Then roll
I can
again.
announce it.
Yeah, you have an advantage though.
Okay. Well, my first roll was a 2. My second roll was a 14.
Which is much better.
Much
Did you
better.
add your inspiration?
I haven't added my inspiration. It's still a D6 at the moment, right?
No, it's a
When you
D8.
become a D8.
It's a D8, I think.
It is a D8. Okay.
Yeah, a D8.
I get a 22,
Woo!
maxing out the D8.
All right. So, snooping about the city, it doesn't take much time. The first place that you think of is something related to the guards and the barracks. It doesn't take long after that to find that. So the guards are currently living. So as you've heard before, what was once Belwyn University has been repurposed as Audemars Academy, which is just a K-12 program. And so once they graduate high school, they just go off to do whatever trade that they were going to do. There is some form of public education, but there is no longer a university or a higher form of study. Where there were once a series of dorms, they have been entirely repurposed as barracks for the guards. And behind this, there is a storage facility for weapons and armor.
All right. So that is our target for burglarizing it. How close am I able to get to the location? You know, because I would like to run like a reconnaissance around it as well. See how well it's guarded, how often people come about.
Well, the university, or sorry, not the university, the academy is generally closed to non-students, although you feel it would not be too difficult to sneak in somehow.
Can I try something?
You can always try something.
By like walking around, we're moving during the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anyone that is a student that possibly knows me?
Oh, you see students all the time. Yeah, in fact, this is morning, and there is a large influx of students ranging from ages like 5 to 13 mostly, who are currently this large amounts of students going towards the academy
Ah, so it's
with
this kind
backpacks
of
and stuff. Yes.
I thought it was more of teenagers.
Well, there are
We do
teenagers
not-
here, but
Okay. Well, you know what I mean. Between like 15, 18.
yeah.
I guess that would be a college though.
Most of the people who like school, this isn't like a standardized modern type school.
I know.
Most schools end much earlier back in the day.
I know. For some reason, I thought like, oh yes, Mahik. Skyrim has messed with my concept of schools. But yeah.
Gerald, do you think there could possibly be some kind of entry point into the Undercroft from here?
Well, depends. What is the ground made out of around here?
Stone.
Just
Cobblestone.
stone. So
Cobblestone.
just crumble.
Well,
Are there any
is-
house-
There is a so there's cobblestone in the downtown area. There is a large marble ground area in the kind of entrance area of the city that stretches all the way into the university campus. So the ground there is actually made out of marble.
Are there any houses that are like right next to it, or
Houses that are right next
Like-
to. Yeah, there's
That-
a housing district. So there are houses in between. If you look at the map of the city itself, you'll see that there are houses in between the university and the entrance area to the city.
wait? So there's a bunch of 13-year-olds going to a university.
Sorry, not the university, the academy. So it's a repurposed university.
I was just like, wait, whoa, these are some smart 13-year-olds. Well, he kind of like leans to Jadir. Well, there is the possibility of perhaps basements are close enough where you can bash down the wall in some sort of a
Well,
manner.
it's not going to be much value for us unless we have an entry point that we can use from the Undercroft. I
That
don't know if
is,
that's possible.
we could try to meet the headmaster and just be like, oh, hello, we're just walking around. We've never
I
been here.
really don't want to implicate myself in this.
That is fair.
Well, in some sense, I doubt we'll have much opposition. If we create a diversion, we could just brute force our way in.
Yeah,
There's
all
no
the
need
kids
for
look to
subtlety.
be just going through the front gate right now. There's like one guard in front of there.
To be fair, though, I could just charm the god.
Right, but I don't know about you, but I have skinny arms. I don't really do well on carrying things, if you catch my drift.
Well, yes. Why do you think my idea of including the Dragonborn in this? What?
Right.
This is one of the reasons.
Here's my quick pitch.
All right.
We set off an explosion at the Wildingham's estate.
All right.
It's naturally going to generate quite a lot of attention.
Big
We use
distraction.
this moment to call out a considerable force of Dragonborn to take the moment and to use it opportunistically. We crash the party and take as many of the goods as we can and disappear.
So here's the question. Didn't we want to do this to make it look like the nobles are fighting each other?
Well, they could move under cover.
That's the thought. We could brute force it, of course, but what could happen is, well, the distraction is going on. I could either charm or persuade the guard to come with me.
I don't
Perhaps.
want to be involved in this, as I'll have to set off the explosions.
Yes, that's the thought. You set it off. Then the explosion happens, and, the guard is walking by, well, doing something, and I could don a disguise and then persuade him to come help the other guards with a fire.
I don't know if that will work. I think it might be better just to charm him, tell him to stand in a broom cupboard somewhere, and possibly pull up a wagon of Dragonborn.
That is...
No subtlety.
No subtlety, yes, but very risky if it fails.
Now this Jadir just shrugs.
Well, How many guards are there?
So in the barracks behind the school, which you guys can see through kind of the golden gates of the academy itself, the barracks have a lot of guards at them. There's like one guard in front of the front gate for the school.
Mm-hmm.
The guards at the barracks aren't armored. They seem to just be hanging out. The barracks are where the guards live. It is the public housing for people on guard duty.
Mm-hmm. So it is one guard that is guarding currently, but there's multiple guards in the area.
Yeah, there's probably a good 50 or 60 guards hanging out at the actual barracks on a regular basis.
And the barracks are quite close to the warehouse that we're trying to take.
Yeah, they're more or less directly adjacent.
All right.
You do notice that none of the guards are currently armored, and there's not any weapons. Just like they're not on guard looking for danger.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out.
All right. I actually have an interesting idea, right? We go to the Dragonborn. We ask them the typical thing. So, how many Dragonborn hands, quote unquote, or how many Dragonborns do you think we need to move all this around as quickly and as efficiently as possible?
I'd say 4.
That's good, because
Enough to quickly load the wagon and get out of Dodge.
See, here's a really quick idea that I have. So, you know the spell Tiny Hut?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, it is a place that is quite hard to spot if you hide it well, and nothing can enter it unless I allow it to. Up to, I think, around 9 people around. So what we could do is we find a location fairly close by. I cast Tiny Hut and allow the Dragonborn, up to 9, to stay in there. Well, 8 technically, including me. And after that, we let them wait a couple of hours while we cast a distraction. And then as soon as the distraction is done, most of the guards leave and stuff like that, we get the Dragonborns to pop out from behind and knock either any of the guards that are, not fully armored or didn't go, knock them unconscious, and then we just go without anyone knowing what happened other than they got knocked unconscious.
All right. I have a counter proposal. I still
All right.
have a decent amount of delirium netherbite. Surely they have breakfast together each morning. We could poison the well, so to speak.
Do you want me to disguise and do that?
I think it would be hilarious.
It would be really funny, but that would be very... We would have to somehow get them so out of commission that they won't even bother seeing what taking from the warehouse.
Did you see Francesca?
Yes, but I think he would have remembered a few things as well, though. Right?
Well, I believe that once you're in with your talents, you should be able to convince them of what have you.
So I go in, poison them, quote unquote, and then keep them occupied while you and the boys, or gals, move everything out. And then
Now, slight adjustment. We start out in the morning. You poison the well, so to speak, interrupt their breakfast with a little something something. In the meantime, I set off an explosion at the Wildinghams. Commotion is caused. Many of the guards will already be incapacitated by you. As they are stumbling about, you get to convince them of whatever you want. At that point, you can hail over a wagon of waiting Dragonborn that we've prepared.
All right. Quick, the well that they take any water from and stuff like that, right?
They have a well, yes.
More
Is it?
metaphorical in this
There is a
scenario,
metaphor,
well,
but fine.
but
There.
there is also a metaphorical well in your heart.
Oh my god. But
I'm
is
sure
there
they
anyone?
have, like a breakfast that they prepare for the, guards?
If we spend about a couple of minutes or hours or whatever, do people watch the well at all, or is it just kind of walked by and
no one's
nothing?
on guard at the well.
My concern is that it would dilute the delirium nether bite. Like if it's a large well,
Yeah.
that, like
You don't know how large the well is.
yeah.
So, I have a more interesting
Just
question.
Put it in their porridge.
I have
wanna
a
see
better question.
Chef Gerald.
What is your question?
I have a really good question. Idea, sorry. What about we buy alcohol? And we arrive and say, well, I arrive in a disguise as any old guard, and I go, hey boys, the higher-ups decided to reward us for a good job, and give them a drink. And they all cheer and drink out of commission.
That could work.
And it can be excused for drunken behavior. Because, alcohol and such effects. Seems a bit easier than poisoning the entire well.
If you do take on a disguise, make it Hap. He's a dick.
You know what? Sure thing.
Just occurs to me, we need to make sure Hap is not there.
From quick look on people that are inside and stuff, is he there?
I mean, you're outside the gates of the school. You can't see inside the barracks. The barracks are behind the school. And they're behind to the right.
Well, it's not such a big deal for preparation. I can make myself invisible for a small amount of time, learn their timings and whatnot. I'm sure they're fairly regimented. And then
But yeah.
during the evening hours, instead of the morning, we can pull off the explosion and share drinks as they retire.
Yes. Meanwhile, I will don just any old disguise and ask about our dear friend Hab. Was it Hab or Hag?
Hap. It's not Hag.
Hag.
That was-
Hap the hag.
Hab. All right. So I will Hap.
Hab.
Hab.
It's Hab.
Shut up, I'm Icelandic. I have difficulties with some words, all right? Hab. All right. So, what am I saying it wrong?
Yes.
You're saying
How do you
it's
say-
a B, not a P. It's
That is how I
Hab.
say Hab.
P.
Oh, with a P, with a P. Oh,
yeah,
hap.
as in yeah,
Hap.
hap. There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, Hap. All right.
Splendid.
It's a one-syllable name.
I heard B, all right? I heard B.
Okay. Now that we have that important thing straightened out, what are you doing?
So, I will go around and asking information about him in general, random pieces of disguises.
I think it'd be faster if I use my invisibility to scope out.
Well, yes, I'm talking about information about Hab. So it's easier for me to pretend to be him.
Ah, okay. I'm sure we could do that.
Because, you know, if I say, oh, guys, I just got promoted, and they're like, wait, didn't you already get promoted?
Hap did.
Well-
Hap got promoted.
Well, yes, but if he got promoted again, or something happened, you know.
I'm sure you can convince them that the higher ups are happy.
I'd rather use my time for something efficient.
A gift from General Azorius. He spoke highly of the gentleman earlier.
All right. But still, I want to gather information just to be sure, because there's always the nosy one.
All right. So we'll need to send a message to Kilkara, figure out the booze,
So, you go and
spice
visit.
it with some delirium netherbite. I'm sure it'll go down well.
Then
You'll have to reflavor it somewhat to disguise the taste.
just looks at a coin. Boom. Boom. Precipitation. I don't think that's going to be a problem if I can do it to a coin. Also, that still amazes me that I can do it to a coin.
You know, I never asked about that when I was situation with.
Oh, I was just curious because when I learned the thing, they told me, oh, just anything that is not living. And originally I thought, oh, yes, of course, I'm just going to flavor food. But then I just popped into my head, can I flavor rocks, things like that? And apparently I can.
You're strange.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to explore the unknown.
Very good. Jadir has this like quizzical look on his face.
Oh, shush, don't act like you wouldn't be curious about that as well.
I've never licked a gold coin.
I'm talking about the spell. I was testing the spell more than anything.
Never mind. Never mind. All right. Message to Kilkara. You figure out Hap's routine. We prep a wagon, and then we ask for an escape route. I don't quite know where we'll stash them, or if we'll need to. If we can find some place to simply unload them quickly. In the meantime, I'll cause a distraction to cover your escape.
So here's the thing that I have in mind, because we also have to start the rumors, right? So what about this? You spend one day scouting ahead, and do we have a couple of bottles of the potions, well, poison still?
The delirium netherbite, yes, we do.
All right. It might be
We
smart.
have the raw plants, not the poisons,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Then it might be smart that, you know, you spend the day scouting, getting a good dosage of the poison, because that's quite a lot of bodies that we have to poison. Then, meanwhile, I go starting rumors, you know, just saying, like,
So sort of out of character. I thought that we would spend today doing exactly that anyway, with the various meetings that you would have to have.
oh, I thought we were just.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the meetings. God damn it. No wonder I was having a good time.
Wonder House Heavy again. Oh my god.
I forgot about those. We
Okay.
could just.
So what's the official plan?
Okay. So we want to spend sort of today having several meetings for the school, specifically to spread rumors that there is a cabal of nobles that are possibly preying upon one another or planning to do so.
And also, apparently, to like a couple of other things aside, like apparently the school, which I wasn't informed until recently. And another one was to get passes to get in the Noble District to help us with future heists or any sort of fun little events that we're required to do.
We sort of wanted to get the delirium netherbite into a form where we can chuck it into a very fine bottle of alcohol. And then we want to send a message off to Kilkara about our plan and figure out if Hap is going to be there and what his routine is.
It's a lot of things. What are we doing first?
That is a lot of things.
Large list
so-
of things.
Yeah, so I'm kind of assuming that
Yeah.
the meetings would take the better part of like the most of the day probably. Like we'd probably get out like early afternoon, late afternoon.
Unless we decide to split up and I just go do the meetings. Which would be more efficient.
Okay, sure. And in the meantime, I could take care of acquiring Netherbite brewed once more into a form where I can infuse it with alcohol. Does that sound good, or how much in detail do you want to go through the stage?
You gonna go talk to Bob, or are you gonna try and do this on your own?
I will don a disguise and head up to Bob's.
All right. So while you go to Bob's, we'll say Gerald is going. Are you going to meet with Sir Francis?
Well, I'm going like through the list that he has given me.
Yeah, so like I'm kind of assuming that this is not Sir Francis, but there are various other nobility, and not just nobility, but also some of the merchants that would help us with construction and whatnot. This is to give them plans, talk about Gerald's specifications, purposes, getting the entire laundry list of things that you told us that businesses will need to operate in the city. That's what he's taking care of.
I'm going to do one thing though, because I know this will backfire if I don't. I'm going to start with Francis.
Okay.
Because if I don't, he's going to be offended. Because he was nobility.
So, while Jadir goes down into the underground, donned in his hobo disguise, you go up to Sir Francis's manor. It is big and beautiful, and like any good manor, it is accompanied by good music.
I regret not taking him with me. I regret not having him with me. Why did
is
I
my
have to
computer being so slow? Come on, computer.
Karma. It's karma. Can we backtrack and actually have him come with me? I don't want to suffer
It's
alone.
too late. It's too late.
No.
I have been hoboified.
No, I don't want to deal with him alone. I like the fact that it seems like you're gonna RP just with Francis, and the rest is just gonna be like, oh yeah, and these
Yeah.
You're just doing this to make me suffer, you asshole. Oh no. Oh no. Why?
You walk up to Sir Francis's beautiful manor, and instantly feel a sense of joy arise within yourself.
You
It's
sure?
been too long since you have talked to your favorite NPC.
Oh no, I don't think that's true.
You stride up elegantly and gleefully to the front door
Gleefully is questionable.
with a still beating heart.
I hope so.
You give a wonderful knock at the door, which is answered by none other than Sir Francis himself. Oh, Gerald! It has been too long! I have missed you so dearly. Please do come in, come in.
It's truly been too long. How have you been?
I have been so wonderful. I have been in many things, from curtains to curtains.
Why? Eternally screaming. Alright. Yes, you do have quite the expertise in those.
Yes, I do. Check this one out. And he comes over and he explains to you for about 20 to 30 minutes the deep history of this one blue curtain that hasn't even been hung up. It's just folded in a pile on his mantle by the fireplace. After that, he folds the curtain back up and then unfolds it because there was a wrinkle and folds it again.
Oh, why must you do this to me?
Spinning on his heels, he turns around and says to you, "So, are you here on business, or are you just stopping by?"
A bit of both, actually. Well, so I figured because, well, you've helped us get quite far, and of course, it would be just rude of me not to come by you first with it.
Yes, it would. I would have been furious.
I am well aware. Thankfully, you're always first in my mind when it comes to these kind of things.
Oh.
But yes, my manager apparently, he hides it well, but there's going to be like my manager apparently has set a plan on, well, to construct a school.
Oh, yes.
Well,
I'm so excited.
Yes, and of course he wanted to like meet a couple of nobilities, but I came to you first because first of all we talked to you first, and second of all it would have just been preposterous going to anyone else first.
Oh, absolutely.
But yes, so we decided. Well, I decided. He just gave me a really, 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 really long list. But anyways, we wanted to talk about the potential of constructing said school and, well, combining efforts to make such a reality.
Well, of course. I've already set up arrangements with Wallace's construction.
Ah, wonderful. Also, one thing I just wanted to make sure, because words around the streets have been a bit concerning, actually.
I've
recently.
heard some things as well that I would actually love to speak of you with. You first.
All right. So, I heard this from a weird gentleman and a couple of other, well, you know how it is down on the street. A couple of women walking by and men. They spoke that, most likely servants of such nobility, but they spoke that there's a special circle of nobility that is hidden from others.
What?
Yes, it's very strange.
I make sure that all the population can see me.
Of course. It is just so, it's a bit concerning because I didn't know there was a special circle of nobility. And what they're supposed to do concerns me even greater.
What are they going to do? Do you have any other information other than rumors of a circle?
Well, I can say that it did come from a friend that I do trust quite well. He's a traveler by trade, but he kind of snoops around every now and then. Good drinking buddy as well. But other than that, sadly, that is the information that I've had. But yes, the concerning part, and I really you should be just aware of it, even if it's just rumors. Well, they want to. It's a special group that wants to cannibalize other nobles, their finances and their income.
Well, there are many people competing for Hampton's remainder of his estate once he goes, as he's the last remaining Hampton alive, and will probably be passing his wealth back into the noble circle once he's gone.
Yes, but this is the concerning part. They said that these rings do shady things under the covers, just to take from other nobilities. Any mishap or any accidents related to, like, constructions or anything like that is...
Roll persuasion.
All right.
No. Roll deception. Sorry.
Okay. May I bardic inspiration myself?
You may.
All right. Actually, I feel like this is important enough. Actually, I couldn't hide the spellcasting, could I?
No.
Yeah, so... Well, luckily it's a +7, so... Oh my god, I am so happy.
Good luck.
Well, wait, I'm not going to say the total yet. I'm first going to roll the 1d8. 1d8. Come on, 4. Ah, fuck. I got a 1 on the Bardic Inspiration. So that is a total of 27.
Oh.
19 plus 7.
So, Sir Francis is like, this is very concerning indeed. I've had my eye on the Lightons for a while now. I have a feeling that they're trying to ruin the noble lines with their capitalist horribleness.
Do you really think that this is true? If so, that is horrifying.
I wouldn't be surprised, especially with such insurmountable evidence pointing towards it.
Do tell me more. I'm most curious.
Well, and he kind of straightens up, takes a sip of his tea, and sets it down, looking to his left and to his right, and then back at you.
Yeah, meanwhile, Gerald has a very serious look on his face and very curious face.
Nobody has ever really liked the Lighton family. Once they came to power, we all realized that we can't let these commoners run willy-nilly with their businesses, as money is power, of course, and with overwhelming wealth, overwhelming power comes, and before you know it, a corporation could be stronger than the king himself. So, as such, us nobles had to act, and we actually recently had a very large political meeting in which we decided that it was time for us to get our foots back into the affairs of the commoners. And we've been doing a fair enough job of being sponsors and entrepreneurs and stuff, providing funds and getting large accumulations of wealth that helped us stay on top. But some of us, I think, are more power-hungry than others.
My god, so the rumors are true?
I think so.
God, that is horrifying. Why would a noble even do such a thing?
I
Just
don't
being
know.
able to
I've never
become
even
one.
thought about anything like that.
Yes, just being able to become one should be already a great honor.
Oh, it is. Especially me.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Nodding to himself. What should we do?
I have no idea. I simply heard this on the street. I'm quite shocked, actually.
There are some rumors I've heard as well. Now, Joe,
Oh?
this might frighten you, but I've heard there's an uprising of werewolves in the city. I think this may be related to the Cabal.
Hiding like a smirk, he goes, "No."
I think one or more of the noble families may have been werewolfified.
I love the word werewolfified.
Which one do you think?
Well, I have my personal suspicions that... Well, it's basically irrefutable at this point. The Paxtons have been introduced to these new medicines by some doctor, I think his name was Walter de Mesa. The substance was obviously to treat something. I'm not privy to such information, it's just rumors, but I bet they were trying to find a cure for their lycanthropy.
And do you think it's the entire family, perhaps?
I bet so. They've been acting strangely ever since.
My dear God. That is horrendous.
I think we need to put a stop to this, Gerald, but I don't know how.
Neither do I. Oof. And like he kind of takes out like what seems to be like a cloth, like basically like cloth to clean once. Yeah, a handkerchief, which he usually just uses for show, but only ever uses it in front of nobility. And he's like patting his face. My God, this is, I don't even know. Werewolves in the city? And it's in the noble?
Indeed. This will need to be taken out at once.
I fully agree with you. I heard such things can spread like wildfire.
Oh God. I knew those Paxtons and Lightons and maybe even the Hamptons were up to no good.
Oh my dear.
Their names all end in O-N. Coincidence? I think not.
You might be onto something. Actually, I think you are onto something.
I think we must act fast, Gerald, if we are to preserve the integrity of the noble lines.
I fully agree with you. I like how I have done nothing to like add to this. It's just been him.
Your 27 deception has just convinced him to convince himself.
He is like the.
It's Inception. You've put it in his brain. He thinks he came up with it himself.
I can imagine like the conspiracy table. After this is gonna go up. He's gonna book in like a conspiracy table and have it in his room. Like, my God, I was correct. Oh my Lord, I fucking love this. I hate him, but I love him at the same time. God, I have such a hate and love relationship with him. But yeah, my dear God, you should be very careful. God knows who they might aim for.
I will be. And he pats his side, like he's currently wearing a suit, and he opens the side of his suit jacket to reveal a dagger on his hip. He's like, I've been being more careful than ever before, but this new evidence is even more concerning. I think the werewolves may even try to overthrow the crown.
Oh, God. Wait, is the king and queen, or perhaps, well, sadly I don't know too much about them, but are they in any close ties with certain nobilities?
Of course, the nobles have meetings all the time.
I mean, you know, intimate, like close friends.
Well, I wouldn't say friends, but certainly acquaintances with all of us.
Because that would be even more concerning if the werewolves get their gritty paws on the royal kingdom.
Well, it's not the noble's place to be friends with the king. He is far above us all.
Of course.
He seems to be inwardly upset as he says that the king is far above us all.
Amazing.
And he's like, but who knows? Even royalty sometimes require friends. I think, even during the concert, the king might have taken a slight peek towards you.
Did you see something?
Well, I think he might be quite interested in befriending with you. He did certainly take a peek at you.
Seems a bit of an extrapolation. Did something unusual happen at the performance or something?
No, he did keep his eyes on, but as everyone was cheering, his glance slowly went towards you.
You are an observant one, Gerald. I'll give you that. I'll see if I can get a private meeting with the king to discuss such an important matter. I must warn him if he is in danger.
Of course. You truly are a noble soul.
I know. Selfless, humble man.
Oh my fucking God.
Working for the good of the people.
And everyone loves you for it.
Of course they do. That's why I'm so humble.
um,
Wow.
I like how it didn't even require much to get him to be like, yes, the conspiracy.
A 27 deception is pretty insane. But
Yeah. To be fair, I've only been using like rolls on things that I either have expertise in or proficiency in.
yeah, well, you were ready for this.
But yeah, he's like, my dear God, if all these rumors are true, I really do have to tell Judea before he could get bitten.
Oh no. He's like, have you heard of the pink werewolf? I hear their leader is pink.
Oh my God, do tell me.
Well, Jadir is the only red man in the whole city.
Yes?
What if your manager is a werewolf?
Oh God. I will have to...
It might already be too late.
Oh God. I'm sorry, but it's amazing.
The pink werewolf.
I will keep my eyes on him, and I will not let...
I hear werewolves are weak to wooden stakes.
That's... I
I
might have to
think
stop.
something like that.
I will try my best. I will...
And garlic. Werewolves hate garlic.
Okay. You know what? I will test that theory when he goes
And
to
that
sleep
you have
tonight.
to invite them into your house too.
He's just talking about vampires. He's just talking about vampires. You know what? I will try that. I will get some garlic later tonight, and I will put it under his bed. If he reacts to it, we'll know.
You'll have to kill him if he reacts.
I know. I will tell you as soon as I can.
Whatever you do, don't invite him into your house.
I won't. And after a bit of that, can he just...
Yes,
like,
yes, you can leave.
Because this is going too deep into the conspiracy. We've basically created a conspiracy fanatic.
The seed has been planted. Alright, you step out of the house. And,
Can I just do one thing? Can I walk, like... Gerald walks, like, far enough until he knows he's alone, and, like, nobody can hear him.
mm-hmm.
And then he just... like a fool. Like he's been holding it in the entire time.
Is this the mask?
Pink werewolf! If he knew about the liver, that is. And after he has his like giggle fit, he just kind of like goes back, and well, not goes back. He has to go to the next goddamn noble.
Which noble are you set up with?
I don't know, Jadir. Who is next on my list? I'm just following the list.
You would definitely have meetings with Probably the Lightens. You probably need to get some raw goods, so that's at least one.
Okay.
Not Hamptons. You mentioned people involved in construction. I mean, I'm assuming that you have many brief meetings with
Yes,
lots
you
and
don't
lots
need
of
to
people.
roleplay all of them.
No, thank God.
What are the key things you're looking for in these meetings?
I guess the first thing is to start it off with the school to make it look like I'm there for business.
Okay.
And then on the side, I mentioned the circle.
Okay. Roll me a general deception check.
But before this time, I am once again, but before I go inside for many of the meetings now, I'm guessing I have to use my remaining 2 enhance abilities as they last up to an hour.
Yeah.
So those will just be used. So I have 0. I'm just going to have to really quickly. Enhance ability. Okay. Well, I don't have any left. Let's just, because it doesn't want to move down.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't have any left.
Yep.
Bardic Inspiration for the both. Or do I just need it for one?
You just need to make one deception check.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of feel like it's fair that I use Enhance Ability twice because I'm assuming this is going to take more than just an hour.
Yeah. Most likely.
So if I move efficiently, it might take 2 hours?
Yeah.
Alright, so I have an advantage, so that's a deception, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Control click. That's a 17 and a 17. Plus 1d8. Come on, better than 1. 6. So that is... Oh no. Uh-oh. Quick question. Just a really quick question. What in the case I get a 30, what happens?
You feel that you have no one has, there's not even a chance that anyone has seen through your clever deception. Your abilities of charisma are so absolutely insane that you have convinced a noble family that of the circle of the Cabal and of your I don't know, you succeed in convincing them of basically whatever you want.
Oh, okay. I want to throw the werewolf thing in there as well.
Okay. So there is a werewolf uprising in the city that are working with a cabal of nobles to take out each other and become the supreme.
And they
nobles.
might potentially.
There is now a cabal of nobles that is we must counteract this thing. An alliance is formed behind the scenes, thus fulfilling the prophecy.
Oh my lord! But yeah, and I can throw anything I want in there
Within reason.
within reason.
Reason
Alright.
being very flexible.
What is? I kind of want to throw something fun. Oh yes, I know what I want to throw in. As he has a certain quick reminder of what he has done when he had the mask on. I'm like, oh yeah, now I remember what I did then. He's like, also, I heard that there's a religion sprouting in this place.
The
Just
religion being.
What?
Yeah, you could just say what you want to
But
say.
what did I call it again? The laughing jester? No, what was it? I did it on the spur of the moment. Can you really quickly remind me of what it was during the moment? Or
I have no idea what you're talking about.
God, what was it called?
Just call it something really pretentious. The House of the Sagacious Smile.
Oh, so this is. God, that is a long one. I'll just be like, I believe it has a longer name, but.
Oh, the House of the Succulent Smile. I think I've heard of that before.
The succulent.
Wait, no,
Actually,
Okay.
actually,
House
can we
of
do
Smile.
one thing? Can we actually do one thing? The guy that I did whisper to this, can we just roll what he wanted to call this religion?
Okay.
Like something either related to laughing and
All right.
smiling.
Closer to 1 is dumb, and closer to 20 is serious.
All right.
That's a 2. Alright, let's-
Because it makes sense that he,
The House of the Silly Sallies.
silly Sallies. I love that. And are people taking that seriously? Like, yes, that is a religion.
Yeah, people are now the silly Sallyism is up and on the rise in the city of Barad Misa.
I'm gonna throw one extra thing in there, just as a.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Why not?
Sir, we serve food here.
I am really sorry. I know, but can I also throw that that he thinks he has heard that their god or something wears a jester mask.
Of course.
All right, that's all I wanted to throw in.
All right, silly Sally and worshiping their jester god.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that in.
What an eventful afternoon you've had.
All right, so Jadir, you go down and meet with Bob the alchemist, who is more than excited to see a returning customer. To distill the netherite into alcohol, you have 5, I believe. You have 5 plants.
I have 3, and I just need it to be in a form where I can put it in alcohol. I don't need it to be distilled into alcohol. Just
Okay, it's
we can procure the alcohol at a
it's
later
100 gold to turn the netherite itself into a potion, a drinkable potion. Per
time. That's
potion.
more than reasonable.
Our wallets are slowly draining. We're gonna have to earn some more gold.
Fine, I'll get a hacksaw and take a piece of the wall as a memento.
Wait, what?
Oh, the wall, the solid gold wall.
Just grab a statue.
Scratch. I'm rich. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah. Was there anything else? Yeah, I would like to go to the Dragonborn Grill and relay a message that we would be pulling off a heist on the city barracks, as well as setting off an explosion in the upcoming days. This is at the Wildingham estate.
Okay. Various is at the Dragonborn Grill again. The person who you spoke to in the beginning about your meeting with Kilkarath, who has been updated on your alliance with the rebellion. Gerald, why are you rubbing corn on your face?
No, it's a stress ball.
Oh.
It's a.
I thought the notes directed at Jadir. I was like, I know I make Jadir look like an idiot sometimes. He's just having lunch, rubbing corn on his face.
No, this is a stress ball that a friend gave me. It's basically super soft and it's like squishy.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So Various has been informed of your alliance with the rebellion, and lets you know that he will inform the queen and gather forces. Is there a specific set of instructions you wish to give him?
Yeah. Specifically, I need to know of an escape route, and I need to have 4 good Dragonborn in a cart ready for help on emptying the barracks, with assurances that there won't be conflict, at the barracks themselves. But we need to know where we're going to deposit possibly stolen weaponry.
Okay. Various lets you know that there is a way that he can help with that as far as storage and things are concerned. For an escape route, do you mean from the city or from the barracks?
So after we have loaded the wagon with the weaponry, it needs to be taken somewhere.
Yes.
And the Dragonborn need to scram afterwards. So I'm leaving that part up to the Resistance, how they want to handle it.
Various lets you know that.
Yeah, and I also let them know that that Gerald will be there in disguise as Hap. So please don't murder him.
Okay. When is the heist going to take place?
Tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow evening at
Oh,
sunset?
fuck, then I have...
At night?
Look for the explosion at the upper ring.
After a set of mild concern, they give you a nod and everything seems to be set.
You know, we have reached one problem that I think we both forgot. We still need to get the pass to get in the upper ring.
The academy isn't
No, we
in the
don't.
upper ring.
Oh, well, oh, you're gonna stealth in?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Face of concern. 2 faces of concern.
Yeah.
Is-
Well, we shall see.
Is there anything else you would like to do today, Jadir?
What is on our plan? I mean, I guess we need a cart. Or would before I depart, I'm asking, like, would the
The
Resistance
dragon,
provide
the
that?
Dragonborn can get a cart.
Okay. Then I will spend the rest of the day collecting vices and spreading rumors about Jeremiah Kingsley.
All right. So, you collect 2 vices with the remainder of your time until Gerald eventually comes wandering back from an exhausting meeting with several nobles that turned out different than expected.
But entertaining. I got to fuck with them, so they were entertaining.
I think you walk in on Jadir as he's having different types of eggs prepared, like 8 different dishes.
So, well, how did it go for you?
Oh, it was fine.
I think I have never enjoyed myself as much for the simple reason of I got to fuck with them a tiny bit. Oh, don't worry.
I don't want to know. This is
Well-
more of the mask nonsense.
No. It's just the opportunity was there. I did one thing as a mask, and I kind of just want to see how far I can take it. But on the side note, it's harmless, trust me. But on the side note, says it's harmless.
There's
DM.
just like an increasing look of concern on Jadir's face.
No, I just love how I said it's harmless. DM leans towards the keyboard. But yeah, he's like, but yeah, completely harmless. But on the side note, I managed to spread the rumors quite efficiently, actually. And, well, you will be happy to know that people now believe on the side that there's been a rumor going around that there's a werewolf, and their leader is a pink tiefling.
There's just eggs drop from Jadir's mouth.
Not from me, by the way. Not from me. That's the nobles that are discussing this between each other.
I might have to leave town soon.
Or just not be pink.
Your red is very slowly returning.
Think hearty thoughts. I need things that are red.
You know,
Another Bloody Mary, please.
It's like, I would feel bad for you, but you kind of brought this upon yourself. Plus, it's just rumors, so nobody's really going to do much. Oh, by the way, Francis wants me to put garlic on your bed to test to see if you're a werewolf.
On my bread? That'll be fine.
No, bed. He thinks you're a vampire. He's misunderstanding vampire and werewolves.
If he truly thinks I'm a werewolf, I am terrified.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm basically going to pretend or put garlic on your bed and say, oh, there was no reaction after all.
All right. Well, things are scheduled for this upcoming evening. We have a day of preparations.
I would recommend you lay off the butcher for a while.
All right.
Since, yes, your liver ingestion and pie eating
Has served its purpose. Now here are 3 vials. Just deposits them.
All right, that should be enough. On the side note, on other things, and this is kind of more concerning, but how are you going to get in?
I'll walk.
I don't know that he can go invisible, do I? So he says,
No.
you
haven't seen me do it before.
Yeah, he's like, you'll walk. Can you be a bit more specific?
Well, I'll do so while invisible.
All right, I didn't know that's something you can do. And first of all, you should perhaps lead with that instead of I'll walk. Ah, yes, I will walk into the High District, burn their house in a fiery explosion, and walk out. They won't see it coming. Just act like you belong.
I could assume the guise of a guard and simply waltz on in.
That is actually true, but I feel like they would require something as well to get in.
Who knows?
Who knows? To be fair, the royal guards, well, except for the ones inside, are a bit of a pain in the ass, aren't they?
Heist, 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 heist.
But anyways, so we have the poison check. I'll have to do the disguise later on.
I failed to mention one thing.
What?
I have no means of getting out.
You see him straighten his back, look at him directly. Excuse me?
Well, you see, I can only do it once per day, once I'm through the gates. Well.
You know, all right. You didn't think of this before coming up with a plan.
I did.
So how are you going to get out?
I'll improvise.
I swear to God, if you're caught. Actually, I could just say, like, oh, no, wait, he is actually a werewolf.
Please don't.
I'm joking. I'm jesting.
Is that a new thing you've picked up recently?
Yeah, it is, actually. It brightens the mood.
All right.
Also, let's be fair, so many people are so oblivious to the fact that, how just okay, don't get me wrong. I've been walking around. There are so many rumors on the street, and the nobles just eat it up. They already thought they were going to betray each other.
Well, that's likely because it's true.
Well,
Sir Francis has effectively told us so.
Well, that's rumors.
No. He's essentially told us that's true. They do everything in their power to appeal to the king.
Well, yes, but that's not really betraying each other. That's more playing the game, as we call it.
Isn't that one and the same?
Remind me never to play a board game with you.
Jantir is completely confused by this.
Ah, yes, playing the game of how the system works, betraying each other.
All right.
But yes,
Have you managed to learn anything about Hap?
no, the meetings kind of took most of my time.
Oh well.
So I will have to.
Nothing that a strong bottle of alcohol won't fix.
Well, here's the thing. I still have the morning tomorrow to do it.
All right.
So, last minute information gathering before I don a disguise. I just have to make the disguise before I go to sleep tonight.
Could you pull off a hat?
I think I could.
Good enough to pass at close range by people who recognize them.
I will have you know, I've actually been quite good with the whole costumes and makeup and other such things. I can do it on you now if you want. Who do you want to look like?
Myself, thank you. All right. We need a bottle of alcohol for your poison.
Something that's preferably not too expensive, but not too cheap. We want them to buy the fact that they're celebrating something and not just getting cheap alcohol.
All right, so a dark rum.
Well, that should work. How many bottles would be enough for all of those men?
5?
That should be enough.
More than enough.
More than enough. So,
Kilcarat's men will be in a covered wagon. They'll wait for your signal. They'll know your disguise is Hap and won't kill you.
also, I'm going to have to practice his voice.
Oh, well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Do you remember how he sounds like?
No. Just spout something about how Dragonborn are naturally inferior. I'm sure it'll go fine.
Sure, the racist package. I think he had a deep voice. I was quite far away when you two were talking.
All right. Well, I'm sure you'll have time to tail him tomorrow.
Sure thing. We'll do that. Anyways, so I'll go make the costume and we'll see each other tomorrow morning.
All right. In the meantime, I have 7 plates of eggs.
Oh yeah, talking about that. What is the tavern's keeper name? Alden.
It's here somewhere. Here, give me half a second. Give me half a second.
I could have just made something up.
Yeah, but that might be inconsistent with something I've said. No, like I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Evan.
Evan. All right. Evan, I hope you do not mind that I take breakfast and, well, dinner to bed. I'll clean up after myself, I promise.
You can do whatever you want, man.
Ah, thank you. I'll just have the usual, thank you very much. And,
You got it.
all right. Well, I bid you all good night. And kind of like just after he's done, grabs the dish, goes up, and yeah.
All right.
Do I have to roll to make the disguise or no?
You have a disguise kit. You don't need to roll.
All right.
That is about it for Jadir.
All right.
I would like to
Yes.
point out I am proficient with the disguise kit.
Yes, I know. That's why you don't have to roll.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. So, you guys wake up the next morning. Your big day is here.
All right.
You have the nether bite, as well as probably your alcohol.
Yeah. I won't mix it right away because it can dilute that way. But what I'll do instead is basically I will have like a couple of stuff just in my room. Like basically the stuff required for the heist in my room.
Okay.
I'll make sure to drop by it before the heist to get everything. I want to quickly just change my clothes a bit. Not using the disguise kit. I'm just changing my clothes so I'm a bit less noticeable.
Okie dokie.
And yeah, then I'm basically going to go around and gather any, and I mean any information about our dear friend, Matt.
What?
Matt.
Wait.
I don't
Sarah?
know. I'm
Wait, hold on.
Matt.
Oh,
Yeah.
something. Never mind. That was just on my end.
I've already forgotten his name. He's such a minor character. I've already forgotten his name.
And yet we've elevated him to such a high position in the city.
I know. We literally just found a random dude and went like, "Hey, get a high position," and he's like, "Cool."
I completely missed that because music started blasting for no reason. What are you doing?
Basically, I'm trying to get any information about our guy.
Which guy? Hap?
The one. Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, Hap.
Oh,
I called him Map, which I actually prefer. It's kind of funnier.
Map.
Map, Hap,
Hab.
Hap,
Had.
Gap.
He has a dumb name, all right.
Gap. Blue Navy.
If anyone is called that name, I'm so sorry.
All right. From what you've gathered, just
So,
talking to people here and there,
Oh, I thought I'd have to roll investigation.
you do have to roll investigation. Thank you.
Yeah. I do not want to cheat. I will spend... I have the entire day, so I'm not going to enhance ability or anything like that. So I will just roll a normal investigation. I'm not good at this. Never mind, apparently I am. 18 plus 1, 19. Jesus.
You've been getting some scarily high rolls.
Well, here's the thing. All my low rolls are like negated by the fact that I have really high proficiency in that skill. I've technically been rolling garbage on all my like natural skills. It's just I have so much added on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, expertise is a scary thing.
Yeah,
So-
and plus, yeah. I think I rolled like 3 or 4 like 5s.
You end up talking to a couple of the guards as you're going through the city. The guards all know you, and as you being the legendary performer of the tavern, and most of the guards spend a significant amount of time in the tavern, and they're totally willing to talk to you about Hap. Some of the Hap is like very split. There's mixed reviews among the guards. Some of the guards think he's a total cock. The other guards think he's a super badass and a very alpha man who deserves the position
my God.
far more than Franchester ever did.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he is both things. He is a super cock and alpha as fuck.
Is he known to be
my God.
kind to these other soldiers? Like, if they do a good job?
No.
Like- No.
He's much less of a kind man. Like if a soldier's doing a fantastic job, he would just be like, give him a nod. Like, it would be like, good job.
So it's more like the stern
Yeah, he's very
adult, like
stern, serious, can be cruel at times to those who underperform. People who do well like him. People who don't do so well really don't like him.
All right, I'm just trying to get his personality in check so I don't blow my cover.
As far as hanging out with people is concerned, he's usually very laid back, unless he gets like triggered or something. No one really knows what triggers Hap, but sometimes he'll just go into fits of rage.
I can use that, all right?
As one does.
I can very much use that. That's really handy, all right?
Many of the guards find his rage inspiring.
Quick thing. I need to know, is the man married by any chance?
No.
Good to know. Does he have any family members or anything of note?
He has parents, but no one really knows very much about them. The man's full adult.
All right.
His parents are probably elderly.
That's good to know. All right.
What's his routine?
What's his routine? Oh, yeah. What's his routine, I guess?
Well, you get bits and pieces scattered about, but normally he spends a lot of his time... He used to spend a lot of time, with the guards doing training and such, but after he was promoted, he spent a lot of his time managing the slaves, as Franchester would, so he doesn't really spend a whole lot of time talking to the guards anymore, as he's busy unleashing his anger and cruelty on the slaves.
To be fair, that's kind of what I expected. He did take over Franchester, so...
Love the minor guilt trip there.
Yeah. Occasionally he will come back after a hard day's work and just kind of vent about how shitty and stupid the Dragonborn are to the guards, who all wholeheartedly agree with him.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, I think I've gotten most of what I need. All right. Does he shout a lot? Is he a loud person when he speaks?
He's very loud when he's angry, but other than that, he just has very a sharp and gruff tone of voice.
All right. All right. I think that will do. How much time do I have after gathering all that information?
It's probably noon.
Noon?
Jadir, what are you doing this morning?
Do I know if the gates to the upper ring are kept open or only opened on command?
Only opened on command.
Fuck.
And they're always very well guarded.
Since he got to poke in on mine, can I poke in once for his?
Out of character.
Yeah, out of character. Maybe you should try to find out whether nobles required to show their thing on the way out, or if it's just in.
I mean, we've gone through the gate multiple times. I feel like I would know this already.
Yeah. Are you required to show like the thing on the way out?
No.
So anybody can
Also,
just leave?
just to you got just to make sure you guys know, the academy is not in the upper ring.
Yeah,
I know, but it is my plan to
Yes.
go and blow up the estate up there.
Oh, the estates are okay. The upper ring, the large spires where you guys went to talk to the general, and also supposedly where the palace has been repurposed, it lies in the upper ring. The nobles do not live in the upper ring. The nobles live on the hill, which is to the right of the park. So if you look at the map of the city, there is a kind of large park area at the base of the bridge. To the right of that is the hill, where you'll see bigger houses, and those are where the nobles live.
Oh, in that case, this'll be easy.
Yeah, you guys haven't been going to the upper ring every time you go to talk to Franchester.
We're aware. I kind of got confused by that, to be fair. I just didn't want to call it out. Because I was like, yeah, if his thing is in the upper, that'd be strange.
In the morning, I want to make myself a disguise. Gentleman with a very wide hat. Very tall, stately hat that I can walk around, hide my horns.
Oh my god. With a wig. With a wig.
Just kidding, you don't. That would stand out.
Nice enough. Yeah. Nice enough where people aren't going to immediately call me out if I'm in the hill.
Okay.
And, yeah.
I
think that's all prep I need to do.
All right. Is there anything either of you would like to do before the night rolls around?
I would like to get the practice the voice, basically. I'd like to spend most of my time doing that.
Okay. I'll let you add a +1 to your voice roll. Your performance.
You joke on that, but that might actually save my ass.
Okay, so right before the time, I kind of want to make preparations for an easy exit out of my room at the tavern. I plan to leave through the window.
You've done this before, I believe, once. Are you just having a rope there? How are you doing this? You are on the second floor.
Yeah. Is there something that I can leave a rope hanging from that will be inconspicuous?
Not really.
Not really.
Like hanging laundry would be the furthest, I would guess.
Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna... When the time is right, I'm gonna have my disguise prepped in advance, right?
Okay.
And I'm not gonna wear it up yet, but as I'm in the tavern, I want to make a giant fucking scene about calling Gerald an idiot and the worst performer I've ever had to work with, and slam the the glass of alcohol I have on the ground and storm up to my room.
Whoa! All right, what is the make a performance roll.
Technically, he's not wrong. Just hope that Eddie is not there.
It's a 6?
It's a 6.
Nobody buys it.
Everyone looks at you. So as you begin shouting at Gerald from across the table, the tavern slowly
I don't know if Gerald's in here.
I am not there.
I am yelling at nobody?
Yeah, I'm just pretending to be drunk and upset.
Just yelling by yourself.
Yes, just trying to call attention to myself.
Okay, so yelling by yourself at the table about how Gerald is the worst performer you have ever worked with. you see a large silhouette approaching you from the crowd of people. A large, very muscular silhouette who emerges from the shadows and sits down across from you. It's Eddie, and his face is very stern, and you feel very intimidated. He looks at you with what you presume to be fire in his eyes, and he says to you, "You okay, man? You seem a bit upset. I'm worried about you."
He just calls me an idiot, calls me horrible things. People are like, he's going nuts. Are you okay?
You know what? Help me to my room. I'm an idiot.
Sam, come here. And another muscular buddy walks over to the table, putting a hand on your shoulder, gripping your shoulder very firmly. He's like, and then he looks back at you and then up at Sam. I heard there's a pink werewolf going about this city. And I'm, quite frankly, given this strange behavior, I'm concerned it might have something to do with you.
I didn't even spread that information.
Sam, this might be the werewolf in him.
Do you see fur on me?
Well, werewolves only change under the full moon. That's what I've heard.
Is it full moon?
It's not a full moon. It's not even sunset yet.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what. Next full moon, you can strap me on a pole in the middle of the square.
He looks up a bit at Sam. He's like, I have a better idea. Sam, you got your short sword silvered, didn't you? Sam,
Oh no.
Sam's yeah. Are silvered weapons super effective versus devils?
Are you asking?
Wait, yeah, I'm unfamiliar with. Is it cold iron?
No. So with devils and demons, there's not really much that they have a weakness to.
Okay.
Regarding to that, when it comes to werewolves, it depends on how weak you want them to be to silver. Some cases, werewolves just do not want to be even close to silver, but in some versions, it just hurts them extra.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that devils weren't affected by silvered weapons.
Yeah, no.
It's don't worry,
yeah,
we're not
I
going to
don't
cut
believe
you
so.
open or anything. We just think it might be in the best interest of everyone if you just maybe we put it on your shoulder or something, just to tap it against your skin, just to make sure you're safe.
Jadir squeals at the sight of the blade.
He draws the short sword. Ah! He's like, hold him down! And three other big guys emerge from the tavern. The crowd, they're pinning you down. You're like, see, he's freaking out already. He is the pink werewolf. He's the one that's terrifying the butcher at night.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
He's like,
I need an alibi, goddammit.
press the silvered weapon against him. And Sam's he takes the weapon and presses it into the skin of your arm. Not cutting you open, but just the tip of the blade pressed against your skin. And he's like, his eyes are wide, looking very intently as
Jadir has the same wide eyes, just looking back.
He looks at, and then he's like, and then nothing happens as he presses the blade just against your skin. He's like, huh. And then Eddie's like, well, this is awkward.
You stabbed me.
Well, I gotta go, guys. And Eddie stands up and fast walks out of the tavern. And soon the crowd disperses. And you go up to your room.
As I'm walking up the stairs, I kind of want to like make a point that that's where I'm going. I'm gonna curse Eddie's existence, calling him a dumb walnut.
Aw,
Eddie will remember that.
Eddie will
Eddie can't
remember
remember that.
That's mean. Poor Eddie.
I will bar the door, and just put a like a chair in front of it, something that, and on like the chair itself, I'll put like a bottle of ink and uncork it, so if like somebody pushes their way into it, the ink will spill into the room. So I'll know if somebody messes with that.
All right.
Don my disguise and hop out of the window when I see that I have a chance.
You are soon in the alleyway behind the tavern.
I'm not using rope by that. I'm just jumping down.
Oh.
Yes.
I have a quick
You
question.
take 4 points of fall damage.
I was going to ask, is there a hay bale?
There is not a hay bale. Unfortunately, this is not a planned stealth game.
Damn it.
Convenient objects have not been placed around for you to make your life easy.
Jadir the assassin.
Yes, Jadir the assassin will stalk his way towards the hill.
All right. You stealthily make your way over to the hill. Oh, shit.
I think the DM lost you. You were too stealthy. Oh shit, I lost
Oh
him.
my god, I'm opening so many tabs for no reason. Oh my god.
I feel that in my soul.
I don't know
I
why
feel that as well.
my computer's being so slow today.
I am very much the 14 tabs DM.
I have no tabs for a game, and then suddenly, like, before game, and then after game, I have like 14 of them open as well.
So, Jadir, you stealthily make your way through the crowd, all the way up to the hill. Roll stealth. See if anyone... Oh wait, you're disguised, right?
I am disguised. Not as a
Okay.
hobo, but as someone relatively respectable.
Are you still a tiefling?
I'm not. I have a wide-brimmed hat that covers them, and I'm trying to pass off as a human.
Okay, roll stealth with advantage.
21.
21. You managed to make your way up to the hill without being, as far as you can tell, identified by anyone, despite your unusual skin complexion. You arrive at the hill.
I would have like used my disguise kit to like try to pass off as a human. Like that was the part of the
right.
yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Don't you have to tug in your tail then?
He has an unusually large bulge in his pants.
My,
Uh,
God has definitely gifted you.
It goes all the way down to his knee.
please no.
My.
Wait, is that what people, like women say when he walks by?
I'm
You
going
get-
to start
you get-
attracting the guy.
One woman obviously notices the bulge that goes down to your knee.
I love that this is now a plot point.
I'm
Very
sorry,
good.
I'm sorry, but imagine her going, ooh, notices balls.
So you
I have
get
a compromise.
some stares and some whispers among some of the younger females in the city, but no one stops you.
That's another rumor to the list.
Just need a big list of rumors at this point.
You know,
The strangest city
you
I
should
have
be
ever been in.
you should be starting gathering vices on yourself at this point.
So you make your way through the park and the trees and the statues and begin your trip up the once again marble pathway to the top of the hill, where several very large grand manors lay strewn about. There's a large tree in the center, and beautiful gardens in between all of them. All the individual homes.
I want to find my way to the Wildingham Manor.
It's not difficult to find, as it's labeled as such.
What does it look like from the outside of this hour?
So from the outside, at this point the sun has gone down. You are standing in front of this large, very finely crafted mix of wood and stone manor that is just it's painted white on the outside. It's probably 3 stories tall and is clearly like probably a mid-tier manor as far as large houses are concerned, taking up a solid amount of space. There's it has a gated entrance with spiked metal fencing around it, with a really nicely kept garden in the front, as well as some space behind that you can't quite get a good look at.
All right. Are there other people on the street at this time?
There are a couple people, but they're on their way out of the area. The hill is not a very well traveled area of the city as far as regular traffic is concerned, and is more of a neighborhood area for the nobility.
Okay. In spite of those people being present, I will subtle spell Fireball at the sort of edifice of the property, trying to cause maximum spread for the fireball, but like minimal damage itself, mostly for visual effect and to coat the house in as much flames as I can.
What does a
I'm
subtle
not trying to
spell
cause
fireball
structural.
look like? How do you subtle spell a fireball?
I imagine
It's not like a ball that gets hurled, it's a point of explosion.
Yeah, so I imagine like it's basically, usually you would see the fire bead that flies out, but in this case you don't see it, and then suddenly boom.
Okay, you take a seat on one of the benches, and
I mean, it is meant to be a projectile, but I mean that's kind of how I want to flavor it.
I'll rule that you can flavor it like that. You kind of move your hands about, kind of like at your hips, muttering silently to
bulge.
yourself at your bulge.
Oh my god! Yeah, the bulge. Oh my god!
And suddenly, the top of the hill is lit in a faint glow that begins to get brighter and brighter, almost as if the sun is coming up. Until suddenly, this large, or what starts to be small, the small ball of flames is slowly expanding at the base of the Wildingham Manor. And the flames are beginning to move outwards as the garden catches and flames begin to lick up the side of the walls. It seems the house is caught ablaze.
As the explosion happens, Jadir will like fall on his ass, supposedly in surprise. By the gods, it appears to be a fire. He's calling attention to it.
You've caught several people like, oh my god!
Must get the fire brigade. Quick! Jadir
Oh
will
no!
run down the street.
You hear screaming beginning to come from the manor as you flee down the hill. You can see now as you're running down the hill, the fire has spread incredibly quickly, and you can see that the hill is like a giant glowing brazier amidst the city as you run down the side of the hill.
I will try to duck between buildings when I feel like I'm in the clear.
You are able
when I
to
don't
do
see
that.
people. And as that happens, I will pop invisibility on myself and immediately head towards the tavern.
Okay. You pop invisibility and head towards the tavern. The city people are beginning to come out of their homes as they see the giant burning fire at top of the hill. But you kind of push your way through the crowd that have been emerging from these buildings in the night square. A lot of people are still out at this time of night, anyways, and those who are not have kind of emerged from their homes to gaze upon whatever's going on. But you invisibly make your way through the crowd. It's not so crowded that you have to push through anyone, and make your way back to the tavern.
Still invisible. I want to wait until I can sneak behind someone to make my way into the common area.
Okay. You make your of the tavern. Just yet.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then still invisible. I kind of want to cause a commotion. So somebody's drink that they have in their like on a table in front of them. I want to use subtle spell again to shape water to push the glass into like their lap or like on the floor to shatter it, sort of cover the sounds of me going up into my room.
All right. You
Um,
push someone's glass over, shattering on the ground. You silently roll stealth with advantage. See if anyone's noticing that this force is pushing over the glass.
It's 14.
14. Okay. The glass. Okay. So you walk up to this guy who's just kind of sitting. He seems to be kind of looking out the window at the large crowd that's gathering in the streets, and this kind of faint glow that is bringing this faint light down upon the city, kind of filtering in through the tavern windows. And as he's looking at that, suddenly his glass drops off the table, shattering on the ground. He's like, "Oh shit!" and he stands up. You're just barely able to get out of the way before he goes and starts picking up shards on the ground. He's like, "Evan, drop the glass." And
I'm gonna
Evan
try
makes his way
to
over.
dip and dodge between people and make my way up to the second floor if I feel like I can do that.
You successfully make your way up to the second floor unnoticed.
And very slowly sort of push my way into the room. Try to see if my room has been disturbed.
You push your way
Not
into
drop
your
my bottle
room.
of ink.
You're opening. So you go to open your door and find that someone has probably propped a chair up inside, and you're unable to get the door open.
Do I have a keyhole?
You do have a keyhole.
I was waiting for this,
Cursing.
to be fair. I was waiting for this.
Misty step inside my own room.
All right, mark that off your spell list
Yes.
as you
And you just
vanish into mist. You also lose your invisibility
Yeah.
and appear uninvisible inside your room.
You know, my only thought here now is how useless the ink was. Because instead of just missing something immediately inside, you check the door, so you already spilled the ink.
Well, if the chair is like barring the thing and I can't open
Yeah,
it, like
it wouldn't spill the ink. You go inside and you see
Yeah.
the chair still propped up, the ink still in its place, still kind of very slow, slightly moving back and forth from the slight amount of force opening on the door.
cool. I want to like close the bottle of ink, take a sack or something with my disguise in it, and as my regular old self head on down into the common room of the tavern, and again sort of apologize on the way out for my earlier behavior, find an alley and torch my disguise.
Okay. you
That's
torch your
my
human
plan.
disguise or the disguise that you need for the? So you have two disguises right now.
No. So I take off my disguise. I wasn't like using disguise self, but the disguise that I
Yeah.
had. So I will take it off, all the clothes, whatever.
Yeah.
Toss it in a sack. Head on down to the common room and like make a show of apologizing for my earlier terrible behavior to everybody.
You go
just
in-
so I make my face known.
You come down to the stairs and you walk up into the main room and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. What I did, a couple hours ago, that was really uncalled for." Everyone's like, "The hill is on fire." You're like, "Look!"
What?
And they point. People are walking out of the tavern as more and more people are leaving, to see that there is a manor ablaze at the edge of the city. And they're like, What's going on?" Well, like, "I bet it was the werewolf brigade." And they call. You feel like, "The Silly Sallys and Jeremiah Kingsley. They're at it again."
I am so happy.
No,
It's
it was
so
the
silly.
Telsvarums. What are you talking about?
I have to go find out what's wrong.
I bet it was the noble cabal.
We have caused so many conspiracies in one city.
And another man crying out, "This is our punishment from the gods that we have not worshipped. They have foretold it previously.
Get a hold of
It is
yourself,
you,
young man.
Klon.
We have to go and check.
I
on
saw a flyer."
I love the fact that the religion.
Whatever. I'm going out for a walk. I need to find out what all of this is about.
I need to find out later on if there's actually any following on the Silly Sallys. I would be surprised if there's anyone but that one. I swear to God, if there is, I would be so shocked.
And with the commotion and whatnot, I will try to find some place to torch my disguise and proceed onwards.
Okay. You torch your disguise. So now you're just tiefling again? Or
Yeah, regular old Jadir, totally
regular old Jadir.
whistling nonchalantly, totally innocent.
What has Gerald been doing this whole time?
I have been in front of the thing, and as soon as I've actually before the light and stuff like that, I've been getting in because if they are, you know what I mean. I'm basically going in there before he sets the thing on fire. So I was doing that beforehand, you know?
You were doing a what beforehand?
Putting on the disguise and going in and getting them drunk.
Oh, you're going to get the guards drunk with the nether bite.
Yeah, because if I do it after the fire, many of them won't drink, but if I do it before, they will drink.
Oh, okay. Well, let's we're gonna do a bit of a mini prequel as the screen
Nice.
shimmers, and we get some nice peaceful music going. That is pre-fire.
This is when we need the freaking jazz theme for the heist, man.
You need a jazz heist theme. All right. Okay.
I got you.
Okay, you're officially on.
Jazz duty. No, I'm just joking. Okay.
All right, just do next whenever you have your jazz theme ready for Gerald's infiltration.
Well, I will.
Okay.
All right. So as I'm fully dressed as Hat, I will basically. Oh my God, there's so much. I'll basically kind of hold the bottles out openly, and kind of go towards the guard that is guarding the area.
Okay, so as we shimmer back in time, Gerald, the floating butterfly disguised as Hap, you casually stroll up to the front gate of the academy.
Before anything, sorry, I forgot. I'm casting Enhance Ability.
All right.
You can guess which one.
Yes. Okay. You casually and stylishly stroll up to the front gate of the academy. This very large golden gate. You can see the university behind it, and 2 statues, originally of Dragonborn, what look to be scholars or wizards, maybe, that all have. It seems that there has been a movement going around in the city recently. The Dragonborn statues all have mustaches painted on them now. Perhaps Sir Francis has inspired the population.
Oh my god.
There is a kind of guard, just kind of leading on the front gate. So there's like a tree planted next to one of the front gates that he's just kind of sitting down, leaning next to. He sees you approaching. He's like, "Hey, Hap."
Hey. So, got a little present. Unusual of me, but decided, what's the harm in doing it once in a while?
A present?
Yeah. Heard a rumor that I might be getting another promotion.
You were literally just promoted. Well,
I know.
Congratulations on your double promotion. What are you being promoted to?
Not sure yet. All I heard from the noble, this whispering and stuff. Which one? The Littons, someone.
Oh, I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, they don't talk much, but when they do, they do.
Well, all right.
But anyways, decided to, I don't know. You guys have been doing a good job.
Make a deception check.
Yeah. He's like saying it very, like he's not really meaning it. It's like he's acting like he's being made to do this.
You're already kicking ass, Gerald. I've never heard so much smooth talk in my life.
Well, you said he's a very stern and basic guy, so it's like, what else can I do?
Yeah.
That's
like
25.
polished granite, smooth and yet hard.
Yeah, no, I know I'm fucking it up, but yeah, 25.
25.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone here is sure to appreciate your gift. What do you got?
Yeah. Some black rum stuff. I was given this, so.
All right.
Anyways, move aside. I'm gonna go
head
give the
on
boys
in.
this. Yeah.
You're
And he kind of like
charge.
walks in. Yeah, he's literally just like, I'm walking past you. I'm not even thinking too hard about you.
You push open the front gates of the academy, of the academy, but the gates to the campus area, which are unlocked, yet still guarded.
Mm-hmm.
The guard doesn't do anything as you head out. So in front of you is the academy itself. There are several structures there. It's actually a very beautiful university, but you can see that there's been a lot of age brought to it over time. And then to the right and behind, going through the 2 statues of the Dragonborn, kind of marking the front area, there is the barracks area. You can see a lot of the guards are just kind of hanging out there. They're already having a couple drinks out on the front porch of what were once the student dorms. Seem to be having a good time. You hear muffled voices, or the sound of just a lot of voices mixed together. You can't really make anything out. And as you go and approach them,
Yeah, by the way, heads up, I'm already mixing the drinks. Just before I went in, I mixed every single drink.
Okay.
Like, in the bottle. And he kind of like goes like in, and he's like, "Boy!"
Hey, it's Hap. It's been a long time since you've come and spent some time with us.
Yeah, so, kind of thing. I got a couple of drinks here for you boys. All I need you guys to do, drink it, and put a kind word in for me for the Litton family. You boys can do that?
The Littons?
If so, yeah, I might be getting a double promotion. If you guys do that, all of these are yours.
I thought it was pronounced light.
Lighten.
Does
he say it so I hear it?
No. I mean, you do hear it, yes.
Yeah, he's like, does it matter?
No, sir.
So,
Litton,
are you guys going to put
tomato,
good words
tomato. The guards all seem rather confused with your behavior and your request of them to put in a good word. these regular common guards being asked by their superior to put in a good word to the nobles.
Yeah, he kind of goes like he sighs like they're an idiot. Like, do I have to explain anything? Look, they recently had a little befuddle with their last guy.
Yeah,
Apparently.
I bet it was with those werewolf cabals.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
Apparently.
Did you hear?
Yeah, Will you shut up and let me speak?
Sorry.
Good. So apparently, what they take for a fucking werewolf is a bad person. I need to fucking look good, so I got you these drinks. I need you to drink it. Tell him, he's a good guy. All that stuff. You get free drinks, I get my good word. Sound good?
You see Gilpin and Roger here scratching their heads. Why would it's just because someone is mean be a werewolf?
I don't fucking know.
So werewolves have like a lot of fur and stuff, so why don't you just look at the people who look like wolves and have fur?
He kind of just looked at him. I don't fucking know. All they said, need a kind person to know that you're not some sort of a fucking monster. So either take the bloody fucking drinks or I'll go to someone else to give them the drinks.
Hap is so mean.
Do I hear that?
Yeah.
He's like, what did you say?
Hap is so nice. We love him.
All right. Do you guys want your free drinks or not?
Yeah.
Black rum.
One of the guards is like, I'll take some Hap.
All right. And he kind of like passes everybody a bottle.
Yeah, everyone gets a bottle.
Well, not a bottle. Sorry. He's saying like pour each other a drink and stuff like that. So everybody's.
You go around. You're pouring drinks to
no, everyone. I'm not pouring them a drink. Hell no, Hap wouldn't do that. He's telling them to pour themselves a drink.
All right, you set the bottle down on the porch area. Tell everyone to pour themselves a drink. Some of the guards set down some of their other glass. They take cups out from inside, go around, pour themselves drinks. One of them pours it in a glass, and he's like, "Here's for you," and he hands you a glass.
He kind of looks at it and goes, "Do I fucking look stupid? I have to go out after I'm done with this. I can smell like alcohol."
It's one drink. You do this all the time. Like, come on, don't be such a hard ass, man.
He kind of looks at him super.
I know you're constantly trying to,
He looks at him really fucking.
These are kind of losers, but we've always been tight.
He looks at him really sternly and goes, "Look, this is my chance for a big promotion. If they smell anything on me,
got promoted, bro.
Yes, double promotion. Read my words.
What, are you gonna be a general? You're already There's only 2 generals.
Kind of looks at him and goes like, "Are you really trying to fuck over my promotion?"
No, why would you say that? You're acting really fucking weird, Hap. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything is okay. This is big. I'm going in the fucking big leagues.
I know, that whole thing with Marissa didn't work out, but you don't have to take it out.
Stop talking. We talked about it. Stop talking about her.
We really haven't talked about her. That's the thing. I think if you just sit down, share one glass, we can really talk things out. It's not healthy to bottle up all your emotions like this, man.
You're getting on my nerves.
Have a bro to bro.
I mean,
look,
you're always on your nerves, man, but you don't. We're cool.
What the fuck did you say to me?
He's like, Asmo, do you think? He's looking at another guard and then looking up at you. Are you okay? You're really not acting yourself.
Really? Kind of looks around. What would you do if I told you my new fucking promotion is gonna give me a fucking big house and a chance?
You haven't even talked about this to us before. So a week ago, you got promoted to the manager of all these slaves. You got Franchester's job.
How do you think I'm getting this chance?
Okay, who's getting Franchester's job? But is Francesca going
I
back
don't-
in?
I don't fucking know. Maybe someone else is gonna take this.
Huh. Why have you not told us about this before?
I
Is this
just
is this
received it
just- you
yesterday.
just received from the Lighton family.
Yeah.
The Lighton family doesn't manage the military, though.
I know they don't, but they're offering me a big fucking job. Do you see where
As
I'm
in
coming
general?
from? No. Ugh,
Hey,
jeez.
yo, dude, just come sit down. Tell us the story.
Look,
We're here to
I-
celebrate. You're not just handing us a drink and walking off. That's ridiculous. You could have just gone and talked to your nobles and then come back and got us later. Okay, listen, pal.
can I really quickly, can I just look at him, because I have an advantage, and do an intimidation check to just be like, buzz the fuck off.
All right, roll with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Oh, that makes
Yeah.
it normal. Okay, even with a normal, that's a 21, because I'm proficient in intimidation.
All right.
14 plus 7.
He's like, what are you saying to intimidate him?
He's like, look, I have never in my life seen so much fucking gold in front of my face. And the possibilities. God, you would not believe. I swear to God, if you're taking this away from me.
The guy in front of you takes a step back. He's like, whoa, man. Well, I guess, you do you. I'm a little bit concerned, but, I
Look,
suppose
I'll
if
tell
you're
you
just here
all-
to stop by and drop a drink off and not spend any time with us and
Listen,
go back to you being a guard and your new manager position, and you can continue to ignore us. It's only been
Listen.
like 2 weeks since we've seen you.
let's show you all the gold I'm about to get. If this goes well, I'll get a shit ton of gold.
All right.
Alright.
Well,
He kinda like-
cheers. And he hands you the glass one last time. Have a drink
He's
with
like-
us.
He's like,
One
tomorrow.
drink.
Tomorrow. Told you, don't fuck this.
Ah, you're weird, man. And he chugs it.
Yeah, and he goes.
He chugs like his shot. Sits down. He's like, "All right, well, I guess I'll pass this around. Thanks for dropping it off." He seems like genuinely kind of sad and concerned for his friend.
Hap has good friends, man.
Yeah, who thought? I thought he was an asshole through and through.
And
Oh,
Hasbro's
he
like,
is.
Good luck with your promotion with the Lightons. Are you gonna be? I mean, good luck. Have a good time fishing, I guess.
You're kind of like. So, really quick thing. This is so dumb. I like how you're trying to guilt trip me, trying to be another person. I don't care about Hap.
I'm just playing characters, man.
I know.
Hap is going to get a new job as a fisherman.
But anyways, I will go outside, just outside the door. Like, how quickly does this thing kick in?
You don't know, but it hasn't kicked in yet, as far as you can
Okay.
tell.
All right. So, God, I hope this fucking works. Can I cast suggestion on the guard as I go by? I want to cast suggestion on the guard inside. And the suggestion is go inside and have a drink with the boys.
All right, it's a wisdom save.
I think it's a charisma save.
All right, charisma save. I always fail your saves for some reason. They're not that.
Yeah, I don't
hard.
know why. I don't know why.
It's a 4.
It is a 15.
Yeah.
So
I swear, Gerald is destined for greatness.
Well, the guard stands up. Sorry to see you go so soon, man. Heads inside, leaving the front gate entirely unattended.
Okay, so
Hey
What
guys, I'm here for a drink! He calls out as he walks over to the barracks. One of the guys yells at him, "What? Why are you leaving your station?" He's like, just one drink. The king is gonna be so mad at you. We're protesting for wages anyway. He's like, well, that's true. In fact, you know what? Yeah, let's all get wasted tonight. We're not gonna guard anything. See what the king thinks of that when none of his guards are doing a damn thing.
This is why we have a werewolf problem.
People like Hap getting all the money. You're like, just don't shit on Hap, man. And this is all as you walk away.
I kind of want to keep a close place where I can still hide, like if they peek outside, but kind of where I can take a peek inside and see how it is affecting them.
All right, you immediately after they all go away, you go very straight behind the tree like Pink Panther, and then like walking along, and then you like look over the side of your shoulder, and you can see that all of the guards at this point, like, okay, half of the guards are looking around very confusedly as the guards are beginning to drop, and about half of them look to just be like, just like autistic moaning on the ground.
As soon as it's all of them, I will go back inside.
And so you go back inside. After about 5 minutes later, all the guards are just like, yo, totally out of it. One of them is hallucinating about unicorns.
I'm just gonna really quickly just look all around and just like, you guys are a mess. Go to sleep. And he just slams the door and goes out.
Wait, so you're going back in?
Yeah, because as they're doing like that, he's like going like in just to shout it and immediately closes the door and tells them to go to sleep.
The gate? Or
no, like where the guards are.
So Hap walks off saying he needs to go talk to get his gold.
Yeah.
Tells a guard to get a drink. Then 5 minutes later, walks back up to the porch. All the guys are just high out of their minds. And they're like...
You got his car keys, man.
Asmo looks at you and is like, yo, Hap, you're back. Hey, you came back!
Yeah, and he's just
I
immediately...
was so worried about you.
But yeah, immediately he just shouts, you guys are a mess, go to sleep, slams the door, blows away.
Drool sliding down the side, like his chin and dripping onto the ground. None of the guards seem to be going inside when you yell at them. They seem to barely even register what you're yelling at.
He's just saying, like, go to sleep, and closes the door.
They're all out on the porch right now.
Oh, alright. Oh, fine. Then I don't care. Then I go...
Wait, so there's just a whole bunch of bodies sprawled?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were all inside the barracks.
No, so there's the porch outside the barracks, because it's like a repurposed dorm area. So they're kind of in like the communal area, and they've all been just completely drunk on. They got crossed on Netherbite too. So
is this visible from the street?
Yeah.
Okay, so really quickly,
I mean, no one really seems to take notice.
Yeah, really quickly, I'm just gonna.
Sun's starting to go down.
Yeah. So
it's not unusual for guards to get hammered.
Yeah. So as soon as like people seem to like, he'll pretend to be on guard. Like basically, I shift the disguise a tiny bit so I look a bit more like an average guard. But like I still have a look of Hap.
Disguise self?
No, I'm not disguising. It's basically just Hap, but he's like stood like he's taking guard, you know? Because from what I've heard,
you can't do that with the disguise kit. You can't just.
No, I'm not.
What?
I'm not saying he's changing. I'm just saying like he looks like he's taking like.
So his position, just his posture and physical position. Okay.
Yeah. And I wait, and I keep very much an eye out for Dragonborn.
So about 10 minutes passes, and suddenly, as night falls, you see a faint red glow at the back of the city.
Yeah.
Shimmer in time as we get back to Jadir. And then of course we need a new theme here.
No, don't do this to us.
You have cursed. Oh no.
You know, all the coolness is just slowly sleeping out. Actually, it's not slowly, it's just plummeting down.
It's an intermission. Alright, so... Okay.
I swear to God, if you get, like, demonetized for this, that's completely on you.
Yeah. I mean,
And the fact that you get demonetized for, like, the shittiest
I just
one.
don't want the video to get, like, taken down.
Fucking hell.
Alright.
That was the worst one yet.
Alright,
This entire campaign has just been a list of how many bad songs can we get, like, David to show us.
We're gonna be listening to tea time music.
Okay, so after I had made a scene
GMing
of exiting the
skills.
tavern, I would have headed towards an alleyway and torched my disguise.
Right. So, you torch your disguise. A wagon pulled by what looks to be a human is moving towards the front gate of the city. It is a covered wagon. Being it's not something big. So the human. No, did I say pulled by a human? Pulled by a donkey with a human next to it. It's just the wagon is literally being pulled by a human. Is walking through the city very slowly, making its way to the golden gates of the academy, where Hap is standing guard. Hap, you see, I just called you Hap. Gerald, you see this wooden wagon with a donkey and a very regular, non-suspicious looking human moving towards you.
Okay. He kind of just moves then towards the side, so, like, making way for them.
Do you open the gate?
Yeah, basically, he opens the gate and moves aside, so he's not blocking them at all.
Okay. Jadir, are you moving towards the academy?
Probably. Actually, no. I would have gone towards the scene of the fire.
Okay. You go towards the scene
Yeah.
of the fire. We're gonna take a...
There's like a spectator with the crowd, and I kind of want to get a pulse on the city, how people are responding, what's the city doing in response to the commotion.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call the session here, and we will pick up next session with the wagon and Hap infiltrating the barracks, with Jadir going off to see what's going on and observing everyone's reaction with the giant terrorist attack on the Wildingham Manor.